Hi, it's Rob, the agent for change reporting for Judy. How are you today? Thanks for coming. So, how do we create our reality? I'm glad you asked. Every second, our nervous system is being bombarded by 2 million bits of information. That's per second. And the most that we can actually handle is 134 bits. And so what we do, and in marketing, that's all we can actually remember. And how they say it is in 7 plus or minus 2 chunks, which means 7 categories, is about the most that anybody can remember. Because with 2 million bits of information coming at us per second, just imagine for a moment that somebody is passing you a toothpick per second. Every second you get a toothpick and you've got to get it and put it in this hand, okay? So another, every next second, boom, one every second, and you've got to put it in that hand. Now imagine that someone is handing you 134 per second, and you've got to get them 134, put them there, 134. Now imagine that you've got 2 million bits per second coming at you, and you have to, out of that, you have to select 134 out of 2 million bits. And that is why we delete, distort and generalise things to make them fit so our minds can process them, because otherwise we'd go mad. We just cannot deal with that much information. And so what we do is we see an external event, or we experience an external event through sight, sound, taste, touch and smell. We put it through our filters of time, matter, space and energy, and we delete, distort and generalise them to make them fit. We put them through our language, memories, decisions, meta-programs, values, beliefs and attitudes. All those are our filters, and that's how we decide. That's why our realities are all so individual, because it's our own personal experiences. So, as I said, we delete them because we're not interested in them. Boom, out they go. We know not to sort of get those ones. We distort them to make them either to make them fit what we want, or to throw them out. Or we generalise them for the same thing. Generalise them to make them fit, even though they're not real. So that is what we do. When we put them through there, that gives us a picture, or what we call in NLP an internal representation, which gives us a state, like it's either positive or negative. Like say, okay, I walk into a bar and there's my girlfriend and she's kissing a bloke. Okay, so I experience that. That's, I'm all negative, you know. I put it through here, all the times when this has happened to me, you know, when someone's cheated on me, or now I can't trust anybody. And I get that picture through there, and that gives me this state. Well, it's negative, you know. There's my girlfriend, she's kissing someone, and I thought she loved me. Like, that's it, you know, you can imagine how negative I am. Well, I'm not going to be, you know, up like this and cool, you know. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be shattered. That's our physiology, and that gives us our behaviour. So if I'm shattered, you know, how am I going to be? I'm going to be devoed. I'm going to be 100% negative, and that's the behaviour that I'm going to be putting out, and that is why what we focus on is what we get, to the exclusion of everything else. And that is why we've got to focus on the positive, eliminate the negative, and focus on the positive. So you got any questions about that?
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But with that much information coming to us, that is how we actually work it out. So you haven't got any control over some of those external experiences that you see, but you have to, of the things that you can control, what goes into your head, that is where you have to nip that in the bud. You have to control what you can to put in your head. It's like hanging around with people who are dragging you down or lifting you up. So, no questions on that? Okay, well that is why our realities are so unique to us. Thank you.